What's going on, folks? Today's stream, we are going to be talking with the folks from the GDC PMC group. I guess there's some talks going around the community about letting PMCs back into the MIlsim community. God damn, what the fuck? If that is true, then going on ya or whatnot. But our guest today is going to be Hunter Actual, the commanding officer GDC. I guess another person is supposed to be with him, not too sure. So we will get him in the party and we will go from there. Yep, I am the dankest memus. What? No, it's 2030. That's 8:30 civilian time. Alright, just make sure your audio's included.
Okay. Alright, before we start, I'm gonna run downstairs, get a water real quick.
Very good. It's been mostly working. Actually, I just got out of recent MIlsim today, actually, this morning. Yeah, nothing was wrong. If anyone's wondering, I know people are going to be watching the stream. That was 2MEF.
Excuse me.
It's a war, but to be honest, I read the whole thing. I've been keeping tabs on like the situation. The whole thing is just bullshit. I mean, both parties been fucking up. It kind of started on a situation that we kind of thought it was. Guess we thought Crow and Whiskey were trying to screw over Stack, and like Stack's still in the military. He's active duty, and yeah. Shit, I'm drinking, damn it. Smoke. But long story short, it's just
Yeah, back.
it's just fucking
Make sure you include your
on both
audio.
sides. So I'm trying to talk with Crow, just like, why not just do the whole simple thing? You leave me alone, I leave you alone, blah blah blah. Or just like have him clear up shit between Stack and him.
Yeah, I got that.
That's what we do here, and we just try to help. But without further ado, and all sorts of shit, let's go ahead and get introductions out of the way. Go ahead and start with your name, rank, and unit.
So, Hunter Actual, I'm the Director of Global Defense Contracting. Spartan, go ahead.
Alright, U.S. Forecast Spartan, Tier Operator 6 of Global Defense Contracting.
Alright. Bit different than what you're used to, I take it, Dankus.
Oh shit! I was talking with my mic muted. I'm not sure if we had a PMC on here before. I'm pretty certain we did, because I know when we first started doing Twitch streams, it was before we had YouTube, and me not knowing what the hell it was, like, I thought once you get done with the stream, it's archived forever, but apparently it's only temporarily. So we lost a good number of videos from when we started.
You might have.
No, we did, but like
like
until I realized it. Like once I realized that, I just made like a YouTube channel, and it's like, okay, once we're done here, we download it, upload it, then it's stored forever. And
It's nice.
I think our most popular one was like, fuck, I can't remember. Anywho, tell us about GDC.
Alright, Global Defense Contracting is my baby. We started out as Ghost Contracting on PC 2002, an Arma and Battlefield, the very first ones. So Battlefield 1942 and then Arma 1. And then as consoles got, better, I moved over and let some other guys take charge of PC because PCs were getting too complicated for me. So I came over here, was on Battlefield 2 with Ghost Contracting, then from Battlefield 2, Bad Company 1, Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, then Battlefield 4, then Xbox Battlefield 4, Xbox One Battlefield 4. So I took a little hiatus, a little break from it, and I joined some really great teams, MIlsim teams, so I get a better understanding of MIlsim and everything on Xbox, which would be Field Team and 101st Airborne. Great leaders, love the teams, and wish the best for them. But my pride and joy is my private military corporation, which Ghost Contracting seemed a bit childish when I came back, so I changed it to Global Defense Contracting. Still got the GC in it, but it's a bit more professional now.
Alright. I believe it was you guys that sent us a message on Twitter a while back saying that there's a vote in the community about allowing PMCs back into the community.
So, the vote is to allow specific PMCs back into the community, not to allow all of them. That vote was passed, and whenever a PMC wants to get into the community, they have to get voted into the community, and so it's, a community-wide vote. So they, ourselves, Colonel Hernandez of 1ID, very great guy. He put us in the chat, and he forgot to that he had to vote us in. We were in there for like a good day, and then somebody pointed out, oh wait, don't they have to be voted in? And that certain person does not like PMCs at all. Pothead from 3MD, is it Spartan?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. It's a good guy from what I know. I don't have anything against him, but he just has a grudge against PMCs and stuff like that. So, and a lot of guys are like that, and I don't, hold a grudge against them. Like, alright, well, hopefully I can change your minds, My mindset is, the P in PMC stands for professional, and that's the way, I train and have my guys do everything. Is it for me?
No, this is a weird thing. Like, I was at work today, and something like that popped in my mind. Like, I read it from somewhere. It's like PMC means professional. I was like, what? No. I mean, I get what you're trying to say, but no.
Yeah. But anyway. So, after let's see. Yeah, after the vote got passed, we were in there, and then Hernandez kindly pointed out, hey, I made a mistake, you guys are going to get voted in, so, I kicked my rep out, and then I left, very respectfully. I got a few messages back from a few teams, and that was very nice, respecting, MIlsim rules. I was like, of course, it's your guys', community chat. We're just in there for points of contact so we can get more business, I'm not worried about any MIlsim conflicts, that's their community. I'm worried about my own community and getting it all set up. I'm not getting involved in any MIlsim, conflicts at all. If I get contracted out to help somebody in a war, that's just business. It's not because I like that team or anything. It's just because, it's business. My guys like, being active, and, more teams we can go with and, get out and help them, the better. So,
if I'm not mistaken, you were with recently you were in a raid, I guess, or skirm. I seen a
skirmish.
It was a screenshot of a scoreboard, and I'm pretty certain I saw GDC on it.
We've been in a few. We were just in a little skirmish with TFO. This little friendly in-house skirmish. It was pretty nice.
That may have been what I saw.
Yep, TFO and us have a contract together, a defense contract. So we'll be at their aid whenever they need us. We're also working on a few other ones as well. So this is going good. We're also seeking out other PMCs that might have the same, mindset as we do. I know I found one. They need a little bit of work, but they'll be there eventually, which is a Global Security Corporation. If I got that right. Basically, they're working on getting them to come under us as a sister company, so I can help them out and kind of teach them what I know, so they can get out there and get into the community and start working with some other great teams. But yeah, so right now the community on our vote, I think we have 2 votes for nay, and the rest are yay, and I think there's like 20-something votes on there. So I don't know, that was this morning. Unless, everyone changed their mind and decided I'm a big dick and they don't want me in community anymore. That would suck. But I did a lot of PR too to get freaking this vote passed. It was a shit ton of fucking public relations, but yeah.
Alright.
Good times.
Next question is what do you think about the BF4 community so far?
BF4 community, it depends what you're talking about. Are you talking about the MIlsim community or PMC community, or the community as a whole?
Just community as a whole.
I feel like the community as a whole is fractured. It's fractured, to the point where you have several coalitions, you have another community, you have several different, classifications and everything, and people are just, trying to find a way to have their thing better. And, there are some teams that they're generally trying to help teams, like 101A is, I know Field Team, and a few other teams as well. But some teams just want to have that power, they just want to, there was a fellow that was a PMC. I had him change his name because it's not right. He says he was a PMC MIlsim, and I was like, there's no such thing as a PMC MIlsim. So you need to change your name, or we'll be in your server soon. And you'll have PMCs and MIlsims in your server. So he changed it. And, I was like, alright, well, thank you. But he also has a coalition full of MIlsims. And those MIlsims are allowed to use his weapons. So they're allowed to use PMC-style weapons without even being, a PMC. So it's coalitions like that and, some other retardation in the community that is breaking us and fracturing the community. Like, when I came back, everyone has a horrible stigma about PMCs. Oh wait, are my guys going? Spartan, do you mind leaving the party and going down with the guys? It's a green light.
Yeah, I got you. Just fine.
Thank you.
Party time?
Oh. Yeah, party time. The guys are just sitting in there just going, oh wait, is it a green light? Green light? Green light? I'm like,
What, skirmish tonight, or?
It's with TFO again. We did it on Locker, and they want to do it on a different map now. I'm not even going to be really involved because I'm focused on this interview. But yeah. So as I was saying, the stigma on PMCs has been like it for about a year and a half. I've been on my hiatus for about 2 years now from PMC community. And when I was in the PMC community before, it was nice, professional. We had it on the wraps. Any PMC that went out of their way to be, hostile or heinous or anything towards MIlsim was taken care of. And when I mean taken care of, I mean like they don't exist anymore. And that's the only thing that we can really do. I always try my first, approach, try to, ask them, hey, can I help you out? Anything you need, then reform and everything like that. But, then they just kind of fuck themselves, and then they have to get taken out, because if I don't, the MIlsim community, will kind of, bunches up into them. So I was like, no, can't have that happen. So I think it was like 5-6 other PMCs that were with me in the community back then. Very great group. We had everything was professional, and a bunch of other PMCs were working on getting in that group as well. Right now, the only group that I see that's actually even doing the same thing is my group. There's, as I said, GSC is also getting up there, but like Core, for example, which it's basically a clan that's putting themselves off as a PMC. A bunch of other teams too that I don't even care to remember the names of, but yeah, it's a clusterfuck right now, to give you just my honest opinion. I'm hoping that it gets better. But with every team being at odds with each other, and every team, just, having hostilities toward each other every other day, and we can't even come together and, actually collectively be in one community, it's not going well. So, that's my opinion on the subject anyway.
Alright. Any thoughts on the BF1 side of the community?
The BF, that's interesting because I've always wanted to go over to the BF1 side. Oh, what's Navy want? Navy, what do you want? We're in the middle of an interview. You guys can just go kill. Yep, alright. Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. I've always wanted to go over there. And if we have enough going over, I'm sure how MIlsim plays over there yet. I'd have to do some researching on that, but I'm more interested on the next Battlefield that's coming out, because it's probably going to be a few months after it comes out before we even get servers to actually get. So MIlsim will be at a little bit of a standstill, but at least we'll have a new game. But if it's World War II, whatever, anything, as we're gonna have to move over there for the the BF4 community to survive. It's gonna have to move over to another Battlefield title soon, whether that be BF1 or whatever. If this game is getting outdated, and soon enough we won't even have a player base to actually recruit from. I went over to Battlefield 3 the other day, and there were I recruited some guys on Battlefield 3. It was crazy. So I'm sure we'll have some guys over here, but I'm sure a lot of MIlsim news will tell you, it's dying down. You can still get, a few recruits in, a week, but it is dying down. So, yeah, but Battlefield 1, I am looking forward to seeing if we can actually get over there, because it would be nice to be on both sides of the spectrum.
I'm not sure how PMCs will be taken in the community.
I know. That's what I have to research
we're in
on.
the community, but shit's gonna be mixed, I guess. As far as we know, the next Battlefield is gonna be taking place in Vietnam, which will be kind of kick-ass.
Which is good, because
I was still holding out for, hoping it's World War II in the Pacific.
I'm hoping that it's Gulf War era, Desert Storm. I'm hoping it's that era, to be honest, because that's where MIlsim could truly shine at right now. is, in those, historic battlefields and everything. But
I mean,
you know,
Guadalcanal and Tarawa and Iwo Jima.
oh yeah,
Those are all
I got you.
historic. I mean,
But,
hell, I would kill to fight on Guadalcanal.
but a lot of MIlsim teams these days, that are focused on the modern part of it, won't be able to really survive over there unless they adapt their whole. You know what I mean? So like unless
That's
they
what
like
the military
completely.
does. We adapt.
Yep. They'd have to rewrite their system from the ground up, and a lot of teams, they might just be lazy.
Not really.
They just
Not really from the ground. It's just more of you go to Pacific, like Battlefield World War II in the Pacific. It's more just like you're gonna have to train your men hard in jungle warfare,
yeah.
because it's gonna be Japanese versus Americans, as well as some British and Australians in there.
If they really on the maps though and put in tunnels and everything like in Vietnam and everything, I think I would enjoy that, and it'd be great. I'd love a Vietnam game, especially a modern one with upgraded graphics. As long as the customization was all right.
They didn't use tunnels. As far as I know, they didn't use tunnels with the exception of like Iwo Jima.
They had some tunnels, yeah.
Yeah,
Are you talking about Vietnam or
No,
what are you talking about? You talking about World War II?
Yeah, Peleliu,
Oh,
Iwo Jima, Okinawa. I want to say Tarawa,
Yeah.
Guam. That fucking list.
Yeah, but I think they said that one of the
Saipan,
islands
too.
had like miles of tunnels in them.
That was Iwo Jima.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's Mount
So
Suribachi.
can you imagine? Can you imagine like a little Japanese guy with like a fork and a spoon just digging?
Well, it wasn't just fork and spoon.
That'd be-
I mean, the last
I
Japanese
know,
soldier.
but I'm imagining that.
The last Japanese soldiers surrendered back in the 1970s. The war was over, but this guy was like on some kind of island in the Philippines, and they just found him. There's a story
Wow,
out there.
Are we winning right now, Spartan? Me and Spartan are even in, and our guys are outnumbered about by half the team right now. And we're not even spawning in doing anything. We're still winning. All right, cool. Yeah, it's a friendly. It's friendly, so I don't really count it. But
besides from the community being fractured, as you said, are there any other problems you see in the MIlsim community?
People, especially this is more towards the MIlsim PMC community.
Your mic's cutting out. in and out
Hatred
there.
of PMC. Oh, I am. Is that better?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? Testing. Alright.
Yes.
Cool. So, MIlsims need to, I feel like most MIlsims are hesitant towards PMCs because they don't know what PMCs are. Every time I get in a party with someone and tell them what PMC, I have to at least spend 30 minutes explaining what a PMC is, what we do, and what we can offer. They normally just think that we're a spy unit, and I actually had to deal with some of that stuff and freaking tell people, hey, we don't do that, and I'm gonna have to report you to the team that you were asking that about, because we're a counter-espionage unit. We do not like counter-espionage anywhere in the community, PMC, MIlsim, otherwise. So it's childish, pretending to be in another team, getting their stuff. That's ridiculous. I don't want anybody's team, they've worked years on, perhaps, freaking getting ruined. So, and our 2IC is about to be here as well.
Cool. How am I looking on beer? Okay, I need a refresh here in a minute. Well, if you want, we could take a quick pause. Go in, get some more beer.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright, so we want to get him situated, make sure his audio's included, and I will be right back.
Alright.
Just for shits and giggles, I haven't done this in a while, so give me a minute. If anyone's been watching this stream long enough, they should know what's
what's up?
So, make sure can you include the your voice to the broadcast while on your phone?
Yeah, it says include my audio.
Oh, cool. Good shit.
Gentlemen, I'm
We'll
gonna
have
play
him ask
some
you some
music
questions
real
now.
quick. Oh, and right
Okay.
before I got
I'm
to
ready.
take a leak. One sec. Be right back with you.
Yeah, Spartan, if you want to go back in the party and lead the guys, that's fine. Yeah, we're like outnumbered by half right now, and we're just nailing TFL. I would say nailing. We only have a pretty big lead on them, but I think they were expecting us to not be as well on this map as we were on Locker.
Are we holding them?
Yeah, we're at we have all the objectives except for 3 on Dragon's Valley full map. Infantry only.
Nice.
Yeah, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, and Hotel. They have Charlie, Bravo, and Alpha. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Copy. I'm pretty sure we're still live. Oh. Yeah, we're taking an objectives right now. No, I thought I got that too. Yeah, so we have.
Alright. I'm back. Hope you
All
guys like
right.
the music.
Yeah, it was
Oh yeah, it was
fantastic.
lovely.
Alright, so again, who's the guy that joined Ironman?
Yeah, Iron Man, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm acting 2IC for Global Defense Contracting.
Alright, thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
So
no problem.
I'll let you ask Iron Man some questions that I've been answering a shit ton. So feel free to ask him anything.
Alright. Let's see. Ironman, are there any problems in the community that you would like to see fixed?
I haven't really been in the community too much, like within the chat, so I haven't really seen anything that needs fixing as of yet, or that could be improved on.
Alright. Shit. What do you think about the whole Battlefield 4 community as a whole?
I think it's a good idea. I like how all the units that choose to be involved in the community have that accessibility of getting in contact
Alright. What do you think causes the most problems in the MIlsim community?
I'd say ego.
Alright. Just ego, or is there anything else to it?
I think everybody wants to be right, so if someone doesn't agree with that, then issues happen.
At the moment, is GDC in any wars or conflicts at the moment?
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, on that, we will never be in any conflicts or wars by our own volitions, as we are a private company. So, unless it's against another PMC. So, yeah.
Alright. Gentlemen, this next question, everyone, you can answer if you want to. You can speak your honest opinion, everyone can. For those watching or those who are going to be watching when this is up on YouTube later, don't take whatever's said, do not take as a way. Just take it as constructive criticism if they're talking about you or someone you like or whatnot. Those who are watching probably been on this stream before and they said their piece about certain people or teams, so they can't really be angry if someone's putting them on the hot seat or spotlight, whichever metaphor you want to use. But anyway, with disclaimer out of the way, gentlemen, who do you think makes the most trouble in the MIlsim community?
Currently, the PMCs that, oh my bad, the clans, PMCs who think they're PMCs but are clans, and the MIlsim leaders who think they're tough shit, but really they're not. And to be honest, I've really been in the PMC. I've been diving deep into the PMC community, so I haven't really been in the MIlsim community that much to get the know-how on that right now. Like Iron Man said, once we can get into the MIlsim community chat, we'll be a little bit better. But Core is one that I offered my helping hand to them, and they just said, "No, we like being the menace of the community. Like we like having that stigma." So, I mean, they said they didn't mind. They didn't mind having that stigma and that menacing approach to them. And I was like, well, one day you're gonna get squashed by bigger teams, you know. And one day that might be me if you actually get in my way. So those guys run like a clan, and they really don't do anything military-like at all. So it's guys like them who are constantly, you know, in raids they shouldn't be and stuff like that, and breaking MIlsim ROE and PMC ROE as well. So. But I will say on the good side of everything, 5MR, a team that I recently, you know, back in my heyday, did not really agree with, they're doing great. Pro is professional as fuck now. Well, and their group is just fucking outstanding. 101A is fucking doing it, you know, outstanding job. 4th AD as well, 10SF, a few other groups as well, but that's my say. You won't really get that much juicy stuff out of us because we like to have business, so...
Oh, damn.
But,
what's that offer you?
Spartan and, yeah, Spartan and Iron Man, feel free to speak your mind, though.
No, I agree essentially with everything you said. I think that the biggest thing is that there are units out there that are trying to emulate as a MIlsim, but more than likely they're just a clan.
I agree with that. I do think there are some units that just kind of get too big for themselves and try to push things that they don't need to push and push people's buttons, and then they get screwed over in the end. So that's what I gotta say about it. I just think little units need to focus on themselves instead of getting into the politics of the community. Leave that up to the bigger units like 4MD, 4FR, 101st, 4th ID. You know, those people. Let the big dogs play with them, and then they need to just stay down and work on them and build their unit up.
I will say this, this might piss some teams off. I do believe my PMC is more professional than half the MIlsim community, though, or a little bit more than half. So that's a honest belief of mine. So, but anyway, continue on to your next question.
Earlier you said, shit. I had that question. God damn it. Give me a minute. Okay, there it goes.
Still on Charlie?
It's getting hell lit. Earlier said that, like, when it comes to core, like groups like Core, need to be squashed. I mean, there's kind of a little video game thing, so I'm not sure squashed or is or a term, like, I guess fought till they get bored or something? Is that right?
Oh, no, squash is a good term. They literally are very unprofessional. Freaking, they don't need to be in our community. They need to be in a community of clans because, I want them out of the PMC community because they don't operate at the professional level that all the rest of us do. They're giving us a bad name, and it's, hurting business for us. So, if you were a business, and you saw these guys. Oh, did I get a kill there? I didn't get a kill. I was hoping I would. And you saw these guys ruining your business. What would you do?
Take it up with the community, have them marked as rogues or terrorist groups or whatnot.
Yeah, but they're not in the community, so whatever we label them as isn't going to affect them.
Yeah.
It's going to give them what they want.
You do that, you already say you mark them as terrorists, like that vote goes through, everyone agrees with it, yeah. You post it, like, say you post it on Twitter, we retweet it, it's like, update from PSC community, group Core, or group Timmy's Little Backyard Fighters is now labeled as a terrorist group. Terrorist MIlsim group, whatever you want to call it. Other units will see that and know that if Core comes in the server, Core comes in their server, it's like, oh shit, another terrorist group. Let's smash them.
Okay, but say you do that, and then you got these units that aren't in the community chat, and they hire these so-called PMCs. They're going to be used in an engagement with a unit within the community, and it's going to reflect bad on all PMCs.
Yeah.
Wait, so
that's again when I was saying that the MIlsim community is fractured like that.
Wait, say that question again. Make sure I understand that.
Okay, so say that I'm not saying just Core personally. I'm saying like in general, a unit like Core gets hired or contracted out by a unit that's not in the community and is used against the unit
community?
Right. That's
okay.
No, not.
That's used against a unit that is in the community. That's going to reflect bad on all PMCs because they're trash. And therefore, that gives the impression that like, all PMCs are like that.
Like when, like, I'm not sure if they do after action reports, but like, okay, so a MIlsim team that hires a PMC community. So both groups, the MIlsim team and the PMC team, both are in the community, correct?
Yeah, because MIlsim leaders will fight within a MIlsim leader even if they're not in the same community. And, that's kind of stupid, because then you have teams who are hiring mercenary groups, you know, like Core.
Well, yeah, it was like something like this.
mercenaries are different
You
than
guys would keep
PMCs.
an eye on, like, you guys keep an eye on, like, who fights who, like, who's like in the fight with who, and like something like
That
this, you would already
motherfucker is
got word of. Like, say you get word
Yeah, that-
Timmy's Backyard Fighters is working with Triple X MIlsim. Fucking.
Triple X. We got Vin
Milsim.
Diesel in here too.
Fucking Vin Diesel and who the fuck was
Mr.
that
T.
guy? No,
Ice
Mr. T.
Cube.
Yeah,
We got some
Vin
guys
Diesel
over
and
here.
fucking Ice Cube as the fucking CEO of Triple X MIlsim. They,
It'd be a badass Milsim.
you guys get word that they are fighting, say, for instance, 5 more, and like you get word, like, you make a little post like saying, just a heads up, Timmy's Backyard Fighters is not in the PMC community, and nor are they in this MIlsim community. Like, there's a lot of pros, but also there's stuff that could happen. I understand where you're coming from on that, but I mean, stuff like that you could easily work out and just like tweak it to where something happens.
We're working on stuff, but we have to be in community first. So we are setting. We're going to be setting these in motion. Yeah, the vote for letting Pacific PMCs, are in, but they still have to vote on that Pacific PMC to get in. So the vote to allow Pacific PMCs to get voted in has been voted yes. They have to vote us to get in, and that should be done like the next day or so.
Oh, okay. I thought your vote was already passed. Okay.
I wish it was.
Well, you just used the word like probably 5 minutes ago that really explains half these PMCs that aren't PMCs. They're mercenaries.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't follow the same guidelines as we
use
do.
mercenary and PMC as they use it in the same sense. Because DC PMCs, oh, that's mercenaries. Because mercenaries were private militaries before the whole term PMC came into effect, and it is what we use nowadays. Alright,
But the definitions are different.
yeah, definitions are definitely different, so... Whew.
Oh, they took Delta again. Shit.
Alright, next question. What do you wish to see changed in the MIlsim community?
Thanks for the PMCs who are doing the right thing, and less of the smaller teams worrying about big community problems, and more focused on their teams, like freaking Iron Man said. Because, I love getting in fights. I love helping out smaller teams. But, at the same time, because that's a lot of our business comes from that. At the same time, I want them to get big enough.
Alright.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm like in a heated. Oh damn, you got me. Alright, but yeah, as I was saying,
I just kind of thought of something real quick.
yeah. Oh, go ahead, man.
With the recent statement, like what we were just talking about before the question, if like, say like we've got Triple X, MIlsim, and Timmy's Backyard Fighters, fucking say they get in fight like Firemar, and you should have like, you say you were gonna like when you get into the community, you were gonna like bring up some motions for the community, correct?
Yeah, well, yeah, we're gonna try. Yeah, I mean, and I'm pretty
Well,
sure the
yeah,
community
try
will back
and-
us with this.
Make it like as logical as you can.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we would get like ideas like if I win something like Triple X and Timmy's Backyard Fighters fight a team like 5R or 4RD or 101st A. You have those teams like check with the PMC representatives in the MIlsim community. It's like, hey, is Timmy's Backyard Fighters in the PMC community? And you'll do your little checking, or whoever, like the PMCs that are in there do their checking, and all of them will come back like, no, they're not in here. They are more of a menace to our community or whatnot. That way, you're cleared of any clout coming back on you guys, and it's more falling on Timmy's Backyard Fighters. I keep saying Timmy's group. It's like that's the only like example I could come up with at the moment. But I'll go ahead with what you're saying in the other question.
Oh shit! What was I saying? Oh. Saved him. Oh no, Spartan got him. Good shit, Spartan. I had you either. Yeah.
One thing.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. One thing I do want to, like, what the community is doing by voting us PMCs in, that shows you that who's legit and who isn't, or who respects the community and is willing to work with the community versus people who don't care. And I am like 100% for that.
Yeah. You know what I might just do, which would be easier, is to have a vote. Oh god, that's a good spot. He's in a good spot. Have a vote when we get in to make sure it's known that all PMCs who are not in community chat are labeled as mercenaries. And then any PMC that wants to get in can obviously come to the PMCs who are legitimized and, you know, ask them how to do that.
Yeah.
If you can ask any PMC, I am willing to put my time of day, you know, into their team if they're willing to, you know, learn shit. So. Ooh, shit. They're a Delta. Anyways, so always do everything. So permission to convert in a server for no reason. So that also makes everything a lot easier for us. Oh shit! Scared the shit out of me. Damn, they're kicking our ass, Delta, right now. I'll tell you that. Any more questions? Shoot them. Like any question you got.
So, oh goddamn! I need to look at my controller more. I was talking with my community. But I mean, have you gone like where have you been in an actual MIlsim before?
Yeah, I thought. I've been in. I was in 101A and I was in 13.
I was in Tennessee.
I was in.
Yeah, I only hired experienced guys.
I've led a couple of my own, and been in a couple. I was in 101st, 3rd ID. I led 1st Squadron, 4th Cavalry Regiment, and 1st Battalion, 75th Ranger Regiment.
We clear them out. I think we clear them out.
My first team was 42nd MU. Shout out to those guys. It was a 3MD group before. I believe it was before the 3MD we have now.
Before Pothead?
No, yeah, before Pothead. It was a different group.
Oh, Pothead.
After that, kind of went into like a little hiatus. Then like not too far into the hiatus, this is back when I got word that the founder of MNN needed help, so I helped him. Did that for a while, then shit went south. Then after I left MNN, joined 5 more, did their little thing for a bit, tried out their armor, did their hair, and nothing was wrong with it. I had fun for a little bit that I was there, but I just got bored. It's like I just wanted to take a break from shit. So
Yeah, I gotcha.
I left. I didn't even wait for my discharge like they do for people that want to leave. So I just told them I'm out, and I left. And it's kind of funny. I was talking to Crow
we will
a
respect.
while back about it.
We respect all discharges.
I talked to Crow a while back, and he was like, "Yeah, I mean, I was kind of surprised, but I was watching you for a little bit that way, see if you were to join another team or whatnot." But after I left FIMR, I went to I got a pop up from on Twitter. It's like Eminem made a post. I checked it out, and the founder was like, "Hey, I'm looking for people to take over MNN. Wanting to turn in the reins, give it to someone else." So myself and another veteran.
You were a salty sailor, right?
Yeah, I was drunk sailor, then salty squid, and now
Yeah.
Dankus Mimas.
Oh yeah, salty squid.
So it was myself and another veteran took over. He's chief editor, does the work, and if anything, if I have questions, I'll just run stuff by him and get his little input on it, and go from there. Now I'm here.
Gotcha. Good shit.
Ah, fuck. I need another. But gentlemen, it was good talking to you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had a couple laughs. We don't do. It's once every blue moon that we would do have a PMC on here, and because not many of them actually come to us say, "Hey, we could do an interview and whatnot."
Yeah, I just want to get the knowledge out there, man. I mean, MIlsim that was fun to me and ask me questions about PMCs. I'd be glad to answer,
Alright,
Has,
So I feel like
Has
when they get to
Spartan-
MIlsims, it's...
has Spartan
yeah.
run a PMC?
Go ahead.
Have I
think
ran
so.
the PMC?
Yeah.
I ran one or been in one. I ran back in the day, on 360, Battlefield 3. I ran Red Jacket Private Contracting. for a
Let's
little
say
bit,
all of
and it-
us.
I never played. I never played Battlefield 3. Actually, I take it back. I have played Battlefield 3 on 360, but I never got around to playing multiplayer. It's just did campaign.
Let's say all,
God, I can't
all
even see
three of
this.
us have PMC experience to answer questions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What takes? Well, here, let's ask another question. What do you think it takes to run a successful PMC group?
100%. You gotta be professional, and you gotta be patient. And you gotta know the talent that you're getting, and you gotta make sure you can actually make sure that they don't get the shit. Because any shit that we get into, we get 3 or 4 times more trouble into it because we are a PMC. So,
Now, is there a set
Right now we have a good
weapons list
image.
that your unit uses, or? It's
Oh,
kinda like-
right. So when we get contracted out, the team who contracts out determines what weapon set we use. So, they can contract us to be American weapons and shit like that. Russian, or they can just say use what you normally run with, which my contractors all have a certain weapon they run with, and some of them. Spartan is actually the current squad leader of our U.S. squad, which basically runs like a small MIlsim. They're growing bigger though. Our U.S. Global, U.S. contracting firm?
What?
American contracting firm?
Yeah, American defense contracting.
Yep, American Defense
You said
Contracting.
U.S. is GDC Global?
Yes.
EU or Asia as well?
Everywhere eventually. And Arma we're everywhere already. But I'd like to do the same thing over here.
How are things
So-
on Armor?
They're really good. They got like 3,000 something guys over there.
Shit.
Yeah. When I left, they had like I think close to 1,000. We had close to 1,000 over there in Arma, and now they just got insane. And they actually just got. I think they just contracted out to another mercenary group called like Merco or something like that. A very big group on Arma. It has like 15,000 members. Now they have the other 3, but they're ghost contracting over in Arma. They haven't changed their name. So, alright. I figured, different community, probably need a little bit of a different name to really sink it in.
Alright. Alright, gentlemen.
But yeah,
Thanks for taking time to join us on the stream.
oh yeah, no problem. I gotta go kill some TFO guys now, so love them, but I can't let them win.
Alright. Stream will be up by tonight, and
All right,
we'll post a link on Twitter when it's up and running.
copy that. Thank you very.
No problem. Like always, like we tell everyone that comes on the stream, you're always welcome back on the stream. And we hope to see you guys soon.
Copy that. All right, so I can get back into it. There we go. All right, Iron Man, Cav, go ahead, fall out.